announcement and event is being broadcast live on a webcast around the world. I'd like to also welcome our Fisker employees in North America and in Europe, and our retailers across the country, in Canada as well, and our retailers and distributors in Europe. Welcome everybody. I hope you're going to enjoy these next few minutes. So I'd also just briefly like to introduce our co-founder, Barney Kohler, who's over here with Henrik Fisker, who started this company, the first two of them. So are you somewhere over there, Barney? Where are you? He's over here. Here he is. Yeah, well done, Barney. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. So I came to Fisker at the end of last year, middle of December actually. I spent a few months on the West Coast, and I was staring over the ocean into the sunset, and little did I know that the Fisker logo was going to be an inspiration for my next career. And the logo that Henrik designed is really terrific. As you may know, the double pillars in the middle represent the two co-founders staring out over the ocean on the West Coast. So a lot of the interest in this brand for me is around the concept of the responsible luxury, meaning that these days, you know, you can have an electric powertrain, and there are various types of powertrains out there, but you can have one, you can demonstrate that responsible luxury, and you can look good in a fantastically designed car that Henrik has penned. So I have a lot of belief in the brand and this technology, this extended range electric vehicle, EV, So, you know, this car does go forever. You don't have any range anxiety. It's a beautiful vehicle, and it's a very interesting powertrain for us. And we created this segment. It's a really important part of the segment that we're in. So we've had several awards, we're pleased to say, and some of these have been very significant for us. We've had Time Magazine Top 50 Awards, which is tremendous, Best Inventions. We've had Automobiles Design of the Year, and we've also had Top Gear, which is very big, of course, over in Europe. We won the Luxury Car of the Year award. It was the co-presented James May's personal car of the year as well. And it's the first time an American car company has won this award over there in Europe, and you know how big that is. Our retailers across the world, we've already been in obviously North America, US and Canada, and in most of the Western European markets. We're going into Turkey and other markets. We'll be into the Middle East, the GCC markets at the end of this year, and into China. Behind us you'll see a map of the North American retailers, and you can see we've got just under 50 US and Canadian retailers right now, and another 38 not shown here in Europe. So our retailers are a big part of our business, and of course it's all about our customers at the end of the day. And we've had some fantastic accolades from our consumers. You can see some quotes on the slide behind us here. And the slide, the one I really like, talks about the 95 miles per gallon that he's getting out of his Fisker car. And by the way, he's looking pretty good too. So we really like that. We've also engaged our consumers. We've had over 700 sales already to date, retail deliveries. So we're engaging that, a very important group to us, in now regular and communications, including we're about to set up what we call a Fisker forum to really have an ongoing discussion with our important customers. So that's a little bit from me. It's great to be here at the brand, and now it's my great pleasure to introduce our CEO, who's really been driving the business, and he'll make this business extremely successful. Please welcome Tom Lasorda. Tom?
It's like some dancing music. Sounds pretty good. As we party a little later, you'll get all kinds of information out of us if you get us drunk. So we'll see how that works. I'm also new at Fisker and have learned a lot over the last few weeks as CEO. First thing I learned is that we've got an extraordinary team, like none other that I've seen before. They're watching via webcast, as Richard said, so please let's give everyone on the Fisker team a round of applause for their incredible courage and talent. Well, as you know, the karma is like nothing else. The fact that Henrik and Barney have been able to get this car to market with all its great looks, new technology, and environmental consciousness is an incredible achievement by any measure for a startup company. First and foremost, Fisker achieved what it set out to do, and no one else dared attempt. That's bringing to market the world's first fully certified luxury electric vehicle with extended range, or what we call EVER. The Karma went unchanged from the concept to the showroom in much less time than industry standard. Fisker, as you know, has created more than 1,000 direct and indirect jobs. We've raised $130 million just in March through private raises, and more than $1 billion in total through our small private company. We've also I've personally invested in the company. Fisker Automotive has created an iconic brand and brought a remarkable product to the market. We've had our share of challenges, particularly in the last few weeks. In fact, I'm pretty sure Justin Bieber is now a subscriber to Consumer Reports.
What?
As many of you know, we're not alone in this new technology race. It is a fickle thing, and we're working through it. My focus as the CEO is on quality, improving it and driving the culture, and standing behind our product with our customers, with our dealers, distributors, and giving them the peace of mind they deserve with our products. That's from robust customer service, our VIP service that's superior to those in the industry, 24/7 call centers to us, not in some foreign land, one of the best warranties in the business, and of course we launched a 50-person quality SWAT team to drive quality, reliability, and durability of our cars. Our people are continuing to develop and upgrade the software and enhance the product performance of our great cars. So as the CEO, I'm here to run the operational side of the company, and I love it. Came out of retirement, and here I am at Fisker. One of the areas that I'm not great at, and my kids would admit, I can't draw worth a hell. But there's a designer whose name's on the car who's the best in the world, and I'm proud to be a partner of our executive chairman, our chief designer. Here he is, Henrik Fisker.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Great to have you on board. First of all, I'm really proud that we actually are here today. I remember about 4 years ago when we started Fisker Automotive, and back in 2008 we were showing our concept Fisker Karma. And I know a lot of you out there might have put in 1 in a billion odds that we ever make the car, but we actually did. As you know now, we've had it in production for some months, and it has been an amazing journey, and obviously a difficult journey, but we are here. And I think the fact that in January and February we actually, even though 700 cars may not sound like a lot in the big scheme, we actually overachieved on our internal goals, making a revenue of 25 million in January and 50 million in February. So we are extremely proud of moving forward doing that. And as Tom just mentioned, we actually raised $132 million at March, but the overall D1 round, we raised 400 million. So we're extremely proud of that as well, and of course over $1 billion. But coming back to the Karma just for a moment and what we have done in the last 4 years, we have actually gained a lot of experience by developing this technology. And I also think, quite frankly, we motivated the rest of the industry. I actually think that we actually set this in motion. As we started this project back in 2007, nobody was talking about electric vehicles with extended range, and nobody was definitely not talking about creating a pure environmental friendly car company where it actually goes beyond the drivetrain. Yes, you can drive, 50 miles, 40 to 50 miles a day, zero emission, and then have unlimited range. But there's more than that. We got the reclaimed wood, we got the world's largest solar roof, our dealers of solar science, etc. And we think that is exactly the right car for the times. But we want to go beyond the Karma. And as you know, we've been planning for a while what we call the Project Nina. And this vehicle has been now pretty much to 90% developed. We are totally ready to kick that off. And as you can see with our fundraising, we want to make it very clear that this car will be built and it will go into production. And this car that we're going to show you today, as you know, we don't make concept cars and then change them for production. So what you're going to see today is a promise that we're going to deliver. It's an extremely exciting car. It's a vehicle that will have our next generation powertrain, which again will have an electric range only, and you will be able to switch manually between electric and range extended mode. It is what we believe uncompromised luxury, responsible luxury. And we think the extended range is so important. Why? Because range equals freedom. And that is exactly why we love the automobile. Because we can jump into it, drive as far as we want, whenever we want. In fact, I flew out last night and there was a small storm in California. A tree fell down in the street, power was out. I came down in the morning and I only had 4 miles on my electric range on the battery. And I had to go to work 50 miles. Now if that would have been a pure electric car, I wouldn't have arrived until several hours later. I jumped out of the car, engine went on I went. So we believe in this powertrain. We think there's a huge market for it. And that's why we're planning a smaller vehicle, much lower price point than the Fisker Karma. We're not going to talk details about the price, but we're obviously going into a segment somewhere around the Audi A5, upper end of the BMW 3 Series, etc. In fact, the car we're going to show you, part of the powertrain will have a small 4-cylinder BMW engine as our range extender, but that's about as much thing that we want to tell you about the powertrain, because it's still top secret, as we have a lot of innovative parts of this powertrain. Now, let's get to the car that we're all looking forward to see. One of the good things about being the last speaker is that everybody else already told everything, so I know that you're here to see the car. So I'm extremely proud today to present a vehicle that the team back in Anaheim has been engineering and developing over the several years now, and it's a fantastic product, very unique, and I'm proud here to present today the Fisker Atlantic. This car. There's a lot of innovative details on this car. Let me just talk about the exterior. First of all, you can see a very strong design theme, which is really the next step for Fisker Automotive. 2 lines that goes down through the car and actually crosses down through the rear wheel and gets picked up again. And that really emphasizes the rear wheel drive in this vehicle. But there's a couple of other things. We want this car to be a true family-oriented vehicle. So when we designed the vehicle, we did extremely short overhang, very long wheelbase, which create a lot of interior space that is equal to the cars I mentioned before in this segment. Even though we have a very low silhouette here, we have actually done a whole new type of roof that we call the spider roof. And it's hard to see here, but you will have some photos that will show the details of that. Essentially, it's a cross member that for rollover protection, but it actually goes around the head clearance inside the car. So we have actually generous headroom and a lot of space inside the vehicle. We also have spent a lot of time on aerodynamics. One of the reasons it has a very sharp rear here to take off the air. Let's talk a little bit about the interior that nobody has seen yet. It's an extremely advanced. We have made the car look like a 2-door coupe and hidden the door handle for the rear doors up here at the rear. We're actually able to, in the car, to also have a split up folding rear seat, quite a large trunk as the next generation power. So in the rear, we can fold down the seats extremely easy here for extra loading capacity. So again, this is a pure family vehicle. This vehicle will have performance and fuel economy that will be better than any other car in its size and in its price range. Another thing that's extremely exciting about this car is the lighting. It's completely new. So if I can just have us take off the light and put on the light, you will see the front like eagle eyes, and instead of the typical LED lines that everybody's doing now, we actually have the side looking more like ice. Ice inside with light coming out. It's a whole new technology that will also be in the car. At the rear, we have extremely thin tail lamps that wraps around and really hugs the rear end together and gives it a unique Fisker look. Let's turn the light on again. I would like to bring up to stage again our CEO Tom Lasorda, our COO Richard, CCO Richard, and of course our co-founder Barney Curler, COO. And just for a few pictures, and then we will come down and spend some time with you.